as we broadcast live from Syracuse, New York, from the top of Mount Olympus.
For 50 years, WJPZ Syracuse has been the world's greatest media classroom, preparing Syracuse University students for whatever was to come after graduation.
Leveraging commercial marketing techniques to help people keep healthy. So on HIV prevention, malaria prevention, gender-based violence, safe water, hygiene. And really, it was my experience at JPZ that kind of got me ready to understand media, to communicate in that way. I did not get it in the classroom. I got in the booth.
In the WJPZ at 50 podcast, we'll hear about some of the lessons learned in those hallowed halls.
That was just an indelible moment for me. The good news is I learned it when I was 19, was not quite 20 years old.
And you'll hear how alumni from 6 different decades each had their own set of challenges to tackle.
We stagnated shifts, and we also had shows limited to 3 people, and we separated them as far as we could. Everybody was masked on air. We gave everyone little mic filters so they had their own. We thought it would help, and everyone would wipe down the studios before they would go in.
And perhaps just as importantly, you'll hear about the relationships that have formed throughout this giant WJPZ family.
It was like home. You know, it's like the one thing of home that we had. We're off air in the middle of the night. You got to go in. So I have to come down from the mountain in my PJs to go to the radio station.
And I like to introduce that fellow WJPZ alum as my friend from school, even though that person I'm with didn't actually go to school with me. I see Greg Hernandez, who was a founder of WJPZ, 1973. He's my friend from school. I see the current students. They're my friend from school. This is the only place on earth where I think that dynamic exists. I love it.
The WJPZ at 50 podcast is put together exclusively by the alumni of the world's greatest media classroom, from artwork and imaging to production and editing. I'm your host, John Gay, better known as Jag, from the class of 2002. I hope you'll join us as we chronicle the station's incredible half-century history. It's the WJPZ at 50 podcast, with new episodes releasing every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting November 7th with our first guest, Dr. Rick Wright. Follow the show on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search WJPZ at 50.